Well, today is a very sad day. I get rid of the Ghostbusters collection. I've sold a couple of Ghostbusters collections now and I keep buying them. But I'm going to take you through step by step, figure by figure of the Ghostbusters collection before it goes off to the post. There was no way I was going to sell this as figure by figure. It had to go to one buyer. My mate Gouldy's decided to pick it up. He'll probably on-sell some of this stuff. So check him out on Essie Toys on Facebook if you want some of this stuff. But let's go through what I had as a Ghostbusters collection. And who knows, I'll probably end up buying it all back anyway. So of course the first bit is the Ghostbusters Firehouse. Now this is incomplete. At least it's got the sign. Very cool stuff. Obviously missing a few bits and pieces, but it's pretty awesome. Nice multi-tiered setup for you to display your Ghostbusters figures. Nobody ever does though. They always just put Ecto 1 in the garage and that's about it. Anyway, I'll pass this back to my invisible assistant. Ready? Magic! Go on! And I'll start to go through a few of these. So these are the Fright features. Very cool stuff. That's one of the figures. Back to the vintage line. Bug-Eye, he was really cool. We used to, back in the day, his plastic's a little bit harder now, but we used to jump on these and then the eye would pop out. So Bug-Eye was very cool. Basically a ping pong ball, eyeball attached to a string. He was a lot of fun too as one of the main ghosts for the vintage collection. This one's actually not vintage but based on the vintage. This was from the Ghostbusters re-release, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So he looks nice and white, but he is actually only a modern figure. These were awesome as well. These figures were so much fun. So this guy had a couple of heads, which is super cool as a part of the line. Once again, vintage. Got a mix of vintage and modern. I'll try and keep with the vintage stuff for the moment. They had this thing where they wanted to always do a couple of different heads. So they had this lady from one of the Ghostbusters lines as well, which is pretty awesome. And then you had the Hunchback guy. It's probably bringing back a few memories for a few people. And then we had this line. There's a couple of different lines there. There's the real Ghostbusters, the Filmation Ghostbusters, and then a couple of retro lines plus your Diamond Selects here. So just going through a few of these. A couple of these very played with condition. That's your dude. Another one of the cool ghosts. I always love this guy. Had a bit of an action feature where he swings his arms around. I just love his green eyes, like he's been hypnotised by supernatural forces. It's another one of the helmet dudes. I don't want to mess with it too much, so I don't want to break it. But super cool. And this guy, which his head should turn around. I don't want to play with it too much, but it does turn. I just don't want to wreck it. And you got Jake from the Filmation series. If anybody remembers Filmation series, Jake's getting a bit trickier to find these days. There he is. Then you've got dropping stuff everywhere. Then you've got Tracy the Gorilla under here. It's all sold now. It's funny, the bloke I've sold it to last because every time I do a toy live something falls off the shelf. So he'll have a ball watching this. Tracy the Gorilla. Filmation as well. And I've dropped a couple of bits and pieces here, so I'm going to try and find those. I'll pick those up in a second. This football guy, he's got a bit of dust on him. He was actually really cool had the, I won't muck around too much with him, but had the monster in the back, and yeah, just a cool piece. Yeah, football monster. Then this dude. They were so cool. The action features on these guys were just awesome. So he's there as well. Took quite a while to collect these. One of the original Ghostbusters series. Another one. He's got a bit of 5 o'clock shadow, that fella. Then you've got another one of those. The original series. A little bit of wear there, but still pretty cool. Then you've got Egon. Virtually impossible to find Egon with all of his tie. Always gets snapped off. Sadly, my Egon's tie's been snapped off as well. Then you've got this awesome Ray fright features where the top of his head and his ears pop out with his weapon. We call this one the flashlight. You can probably work out why. But he's also pretty cool. He spits out ghosts and things, very similar to Bug-Eye. Another one of the vintage pieces. These guys, they're really cool. And another one of the original series. Egon again. And we'll try not to knock some stuff over here. We have another fright features, a Winston fright feature this time. And then this guy's a big favourite in the collection, getting harder and harder to find as well. I don't want to muck around with him too much. But he opens his mouth when you lift his arms up. Very cool. Frankenstein style dude. And that's a couple of bits and pieces, weapons and whatnot in the vintage. And then probably one of the coolest pieces in the vintage line is the Ecto 1. Got the slime splatters. Still got the stickers intact. Try and open the door. Very cool piece. There's a couple of different versions of this one. Did have the other one, but sold that in the last collection that I sold. You never find the doors on these. Doors are always gone. Got the doors on that one. And I've just got this little modern piece, which is pretty cool. Just a little, you could actually lights up. It's got a battery or something that goes with it. Just a little modern piece that ended up in the collection. And then for the modern stuff, the Diamond Select stuff, I'll do the two girls from the Girls Ghostbusters movie. It's the Melissa McCarthy one. From the next chapter or whatever it's called. And then the Diamond Selects. Now these Diamond Selects, they're a really cool version, so they're nice, and anybody knows about Diamond Select, they're nice and detailed. Got some great weapons and whatnot there as well. Winston. Basically just look like they're straight out of the movies. Got the Egon. And you've got Venkman. Really cool Bill Murray likeness. And then you've got Dana Sigourney. Beautiful face sculpt on her. And then you have Zool. Very nice. So those Diamond Select, they're just a different level altogether. And then you've got the gargoyle dude. Very cool. And this is probably the piece de resistance for the collection, particularly the diamond stuff, is the Ecto one. Just have a look at the detail in this thing. It actually comes, not like Lego, but it comes where you've got to snap pieces onto it, so you can sort of have a bit of fun half building it in the kit. It's got the wear, makes it look older than it is. Very cool piece. I don't know if that door opens up. I think it does in this. Yep. So your door opens up. Awesome stuff. And all the gear on the inside. The chair is a swivel chair. And then opened up on the driver's side. This is just an amazing piece, goes really well with those movie figures. As I said, there was no way I was going to sell these Ghostbusters one at a time. Someone would have to just buy the lot because they're just really cool together. So, there you go. So this is all off to Australia Post to go to Gouldy. Thank you, Gouldy. Can't believe I sold it and sold it all in one go. So I hope you enjoy that. If you end up, Gouldy's a bit of a reseller as well, so you might even end up with some of this stuff yourself. Good luck to you if you do. I'll probably end up buying Ghostbusters again. I absolutely love it. But that's the Ghostbusters collection. Thanks for watching.